So last time we peered through a window near the door or a hatch in the door, and I commanded the guards in there. Um, Now this time we just simply assumed that the place was empty, and we didn't try and conceal ourselves coming up the tower. So I'm going to ask some oracle questions in rapid succession, and just ask first of all, uh, are there guards in here? And have they spotted us, rather than making perception checks for something I don't even know what it is yet. So basic rolls, no modifiers on it. So um, yes, and so were we spotted? Oh no, no. I was going to start with are there guards in here? So 8.0. I can't remember the last question. So 8.04. Are there guards in the tower? Yes, and okay, so that answers my so yes, and they spotted our approach. Um, so so I don't have to ask the second question because the really strong answer then gave me that answer. That answer. So I'm going to think now. Is it likely to be more night blades, or is it going likely to be something else? Now, if you were Nightblades and someone had got in and killed all your mates and killed the uh, your leader and the previous leaders escaped, I don't think you would consider this too safe. There was no sign of any harm to us. So I think it's unlikely that it's more Nightblades. So I'm going to ask that question. I'm going to put a -5 on it because I think it's unlikely. But is it the Nightblades that are have come back in here? So no, and um, so 8.05. Are they Nightblades? No, and I'm going to say it's obviously not. Now, what I'm thinking is there might actually be an extra dead Nightblade here. Now, so if it's not the Nightblades, uh, and I don't think that Ruth, the sheriff, would have come up here and secured it yet. Oh, actually, that's a possible. So let's do a 50-50. Is it the sheriff that has actually secured this place? No, because probably because something else has moved in here. Right. So, no, because something else. Ugh. Okay, so that's it. Wasn't secured by the sheriff, and it's not the Nightblades. But I imagine there is. Looking through that window, there probably would be a dead Nightblade in there. Um, so that means it's more likely to be a monster. So let's stick a. I think it is likely to be a monster. Let's stick. No. Um, um, so my process of elimination, um, it's not the Nightblades. It's not the the sheriff and her men, and it's not a monster. It has got to presumably be some other NPCs. Um, so right, if it was NPCs, it's probably gonna be local farmers or something. So I imagine that probably if we look through the entrance here, we'll probably see that they've lynched a Nightblade and they've barred the door, presumably uh, to stop the Nightblades using this as their hideout again. But they have also either they did discover the Bloodseekers upstairs and ran away, or they didn't discover them. Oops. So we can't get in, or without forcing the door. But I don't think there's going to be. It doesn't make sense to me that there'll be any signs of life. So that's what I'm going to say. That they have just um, you know, blocked up this door, wedged the door, whatever, to stop people. Nailed up the door to stop people guessing breaking in. Um, Now, one option is to actually for Simon and I to try and break in. Um, but I assume they would have done a good enough job to stop that. Uh, right, so I don't think that I have any magical abilities that are going to let me get through a closed door. Let's have a quick look at um, my available magic. Um, I can do the opposite. I can lock a door, but no, I don't think that I can get through a door. Uh, so the most sensible thing is now is to actually head back to town, explain that what we know of the Bloodseekers and uh, get a gang of work, maybe a battering ram or something, and take down the door and deal with the problem. But let's have a look at my infantry a second. There is another less sensible option. Um, so this is Simon's, and he's got a flint and steel and torches. Oh, that's Callan, sorry. And Simon, it's probably the same kind of uh, adventurer's gear. One option, if these things are kind of animal intelligence and bird-like, if we could actually, looking at all of this wooden rubble and debris in there, um, and we know there's a window because I saw the guards through it previously. What I'm thinking is we could actually tie a bit of rope on a torch, light the torch, chuck it in, and try and start a fire. So the rope's there in case if I completely miss anything that's flammable, I can pull the torch out and try at least try again. Um, so that would be an option, hoping that that would be a smoky, horrible mess, and that would then drive anything roosting in the top floor out, and we could deal with the problem that way. We could also probably set fire to the bottom story and just leave and hope that that smoke, is going to just burn the tower down and then see what the fallout would be. Um, so I think we ought to stick around. It would be rather irresponsible to drive the Bloodseekers out and then not try and deal with the problem. So that is actually my plan A, is to set the place on fire and then try and kill the Bloodseekers as they emerge. Okay, so that's my plan, and I'll do that in the next